Hey there. Good evening. Hi. I'm hoping that you can hear me. If you can, if you're on Facebook, I think that you can type in that you can hear me. I'm always a little bit concerned. Whoa, I'm getting feedback. Hi. I'm hoping that you can hear me. Oops. Okay, I know it's working on YouTube because that's on Facebook. I think that you can type in that you can hear me. Bridget's here. Thank you. Let me figure out why it's going twice. Okay. I think that's it. Hi. So some other people are here. I can't see who you are, but you can hear me. Yay. Hello, Mary Linda. I haven't seen you in a long time. So what we are going to do tonight is, well, first we're going to give a minute or two for people to join us. I am really glad that you're here, and that whether you're listening to this in a replay or you're here with me now at 8 p.m. on Tuesday, December 29th, Eastern Time, it's perfect. And it is my intention that this practice, which contains in it some things that we're going to do with our mind, some things that we'll do with body awareness, and also using medical Qigong protocol to support where it is that we would like to go at this time of year. So this intention setting type of time of year, but actually intention setting can happen at any time. It's particularly interesting that this is the full moon tonight. And it is interesting because the moon comes around every month, right? We get a new moon. We halfway through the month, the moon is full, and then it wanes until new moon again. You can use that every month to create an intention for yourself. And it's sort of fun to see how you're doing as the moon progresses and as you progress too. It's a nice way to stay connected to the natural world as you move towards your intention. So intentions can be short, they can be for a long period of time. And everybody, you can hear me, that's great. Okay, fabulous. So I am going to go ahead and get started. We will be here 45 minutes, maybe an hour. We'll see how it goes. If you don't already have something to write on, I would love for you to grab it. You may not use it, but you may have an insight or something that you want to capture, to remember during this practice. So I'm going to talk slowly for a bit and give you a chance to get that. Again, it's not necessary at all. You can just stay and be here in this moment. So my intention for this evening is that we move through, first acknowledging this past year, and then doing some protocol and some mind work with the emptying, the letting go, and then moving in towards the intention setting and how we will be as we move towards that intention. What is the feeling in our hearts and our spirit as we do that? So let's begin by finding a comfortable seat. And I would encourage you to stay upright, at least for the first part of this, so that you don't fall completely asleep. It's okay if you fall asleep, it still works, it still is supportive. But for the first little bit, while our minds are here, this opportunity to practice presence in this way while we are awake is useful. So let's do that. So close your eyes and bring as much attention as you can to the breathing process, to respiration. It's there every moment of your life, without any need to change the breath, change the cycle, change the depth. Just watch your breathing. Feel the body as it breathes. What are the sensations that come up that are from the breath? Are you noticing as the breath wants to get deeper that it seems to catch? Or perhaps it easily opens and flows into the lungs more, so it seems like your lungs have even greater capacity. Let's breathe in and breathe out. And let's take a baseline for where the rest of the body is right now. What is it that you are feeling and noticing in the body tonight, today, whenever it is that you're listening to this? What is front and center? Is there a feeling somewhere in the spine, mid-back? Feels like someone's pressing. Is there a feeling in the neck, in the sinuses, a slight headache? Notice how the belly feels. Have you just eaten? You feel digestion happening. Are you feeling thirsty, itchy, cold, warm? Are you noticing that your hips are sore? Or that the pain that you had in a place in your body is not there anymore? I'm going to light a couple of candles because it's dark in here. Stay with noticing the body sensations. And if you find yourself judging or wondering about these sensations, I'm going to invite you to draw up a story about what you're feeling in the body. Just be present with body awareness. This year has been an interesting year. It's been a year that it has been like no other, unprecedented times, right? And for the most part, we've all been in it together. We may not all have experienced it in the same way. We may not all have the same opinions about what this year has been. Many of you have heard me say that I don't know a single person whose life hasn't had a major shift in this year, a major awareness, and the end of a relationship, the beginning of a relationship, shifting in a relationship, opening up in their heart, a healing, immense pain, grief, in ways that they were not expecting. For you too, I would think that you too can relate to this. And in all of that shuffling, in all of that movement, when you think about the year, where do you acknowledge that you're proud of something you decided? There was a decision that you made. There is something that you celebrate. Acknowledging that the year has been a challenge. And what is it that you can find some gratitude for, some appreciation for? If you are someone who likes to write, you are welcome to write what that is. And if you have done practices like this in the last week, in the last month, I would invite you to look closely at the places that you thought you were in the most struggle, or it was the most struggle. In this place, you are safe. Is there something of gratitude, of light, of appreciation? Is there a place to realize now that that part that was hard, painful, irritating, expensive, heartbreaking? Is there some shine to it? Even if the shine is, I'm glad it's over, glad it's passing, that's enough. And if this exercise is difficult for you, I would invite you to drop the thoughts. In fact, I invite all of you to drop your thoughts now, and instead of placing your mind on circumstances that happened outside of you, I invite you to connect to what it feels like in the body to have heartfelt appreciation, gratitude. No story needed, no circumstance needed. What does that feel like in you? What is the expression that it brings to your face? What is the feeling it brings in your chest? Or in your neck? A lot of people feel gratitude in their neck. In your pelvis, toes. How does gratitude show up in the felt sense in the body? Now, keeping in mind that you can return to that sense at any time you need it, can call up that feeling of gratitude. I'm going to invite you to that place of emptying. And we do a practice, we feel a practice of emptying out so that we might be able to fill again, to fulfill. But first, it is useful, it is life affirming to let go, to empty. Sometimes we have many beliefs that have been there a long time that we believe to be true, that things must be a certain way, we must hold on to things. We can't possibly let go of that because then we'd be letting this person off the hook. Or then I wouldn't be able to punish myself anymore for that. Who will save her if I don't, what's going to happen? The beliefs that can lead to more suffering, that do lead to more suffering. Sometimes we don't even realize that they are beliefs and they can be changed. So, you know what your stories are. You know what parts of the relationships bring a lot of tension in your emotional state. You know what they are. And if you know what stories you want to set down, you want to forget and move on from, as though you, like it was a glove and you lost the glove at the grocery store. You can't get it back. And it's okay. You'll get better gloves. It's not necessary to know exactly what the stories are from a cognitive point of view. What it is that you want to let go of, what you want to empty from your bucket. You don't need to know what it is. You don't have to name it. If you can, there's empowerment in that. There's also empowerment in deciding, I am letting go of what causes me suffering. I will let go of what keeps me from opening my heart. I'm letting go of an obstacle to grace, to passion, to joy. So if your eyes are not closed again, I invite you to close them. If you have words to put to the belief, the circumstances that you know keep you in suffering, then by all means name it. And if you don't, it's enough just to ask to let go. We have a part of ourselves that knows how to do this, that has this wisdom, that can just empty and let go, empty and be free of antipathy. Deeply, quietly humble, and have steady, unwavering calm. There's a part of us that was born knowing this. And what if right now you can connect to that place? So in this moment, with your eyes closed, imagine that you're calling into your belly all of your power. The power that you thought you lost, the power that you remember, this empowerment, not power over people and others, circumstances, but power within you, knowing that you have everything that you need. The wisdom that you remember and the wisdom that you haven't yet remembered. And the energy, this internal energy. Imagine that you're calling all of that energy and power and wisdom into your belly now. You can even put your hands on your belly. Breathe into the whole lower pelvic, lower torso. Let the belly fill. In this moment, your body remembers now with all of that energy and power. Is there a place in your body where you hold those stories, those patterns, those things that have been difficult to let go, that keep you from moving forward. Things that feel like they are the root of your anxiety, your anger, your inertia. In this moment, wherever they may be in the body, send light into those places by breathing in. Maybe you physically feel them, and maybe you don't. Your mind doesn't need to know. Inhale, breathe into the body, filling with light in the densest places. And the exhale, you let go. It's as easy as that. Body lets go of what is no longer serving with ease and grace. Inhale. Exhale. It's no big deal. Is it really true that you have to hang on? No. Inhale. Any places that feel tight, pressure. Imagine the breath and the light. Bring in this pink light. This pink light, playful, curiosity, wonder, into the places that feel dense. What if it's true that it's as easy as that, that you can let go? And now that in this moment you have recalled all of your power, empowerment, your wisdom, what if it's true that the next time an old story gets triggered, that you can let it go? Even in the small ways that we do this, it's powerful. So this place of connecting with this higher wisdom, this wisdom that is listening to your own guidance, the guidance that comes from outside of you when you're listening. How is it that you choose to be in your heart, in your emotional state, as you move towards the intentions that you set for the next few weeks, the next few months, the next year? There's no need to answer these questions with your mind right now. Inhale, exhale, breathe. As you set your eyes forward, stay in this moment and let yourself feel the emotional state that you choose to be in as you move through the future. There is just this moment, this moment, this moment. And how do we want to be? How we are being is more important than the things that we actually do. There's energy and importance in that as well. But how will we do it? How will we be in our heart? We usually know exactly where we may be out of balance. If we have too much of this, then we need more of that, perhaps. Chance to practice more of that, cultivate more of that. If we have too much of that, maybe we need more of this. So perhaps you're someone who does everything with a lot of determination, a lot of action and planning and full steam ahead. And sometimes you reach your goal, and sometimes circumstances don't allow that to happen. If you can identify with that, then perhaps it would be interesting to bring in more of this, going with the flow type of energy, following the circumstances, the circumstances that come into your experience, instead of feeling like you have to drive the experiences. On the other hand, if you're someone who is more of going with the flow, and so much that it's difficult for you to take action, to make a decision, then you can play on the other side of that. Setting small action steps. It doesn't really matter if you need more of this or more of that. There's hundreds of examples of this. The teaching is, how will you be as you practice more of this or more of that? Is it about cultivating passion, ease, trust, joy, peace? Structure, non-structure? I'm not going to speak for a few minutes. I'm just going to hold this space and this energy with you. Just breathe in and breathe out. Imagine that future version of yourself moving with a broad heart toward the intention of what you would like to create. What is your higher wisdom, your intuition even, showing you about how to hold your heart, your emotional state, your relationships as you move that way? There will be challenges. There will be opportunities. There will be challenging opportunities that seem like they're failures, or they may even be signs that you're going You're up against a closed door. Sometimes the door is closed. How do you choose to be as you look for another door? Inhale, exhale. Listen in the next few minutes, few hours, few days for what your higher self, your self that is free and emptied of the things that have held you back. Listen to what the guidance is, your own guidance, the guidance that comes from whatever higher being or power that you name. And breathe in, imagining that you're bringing in this pink, shimmery, silvery light in through the top of the head. Bring it into the center of the brain. Bring this pink, shimmery light down into the heart. And as you exhale, send it out the pelvic floor. And as it comes down into the earth, imagine that it joins and surrounds you with this pink light and comes back up and joins the pink light coming in through your head. Inhale. Pink light in through the head, pull it down through the brain, through the neck, through the heart, down, send it down the center of the body, out the pelvic floor and around the body again. Now bringing, as that breath continues to pull in light from above, down through the brain, you're also going to, as you inhale, pull up pink light from the earth in through the pelvic floor. Pull it up, it mixes with the light coming in from the head, pulling it up through the heart, into the brain, and out the top of the head. And then it spouts out like a waterfall or a fountain out the top of the head and cocoons your whole body in pink light from the head, joining the pink light that's coming up from the from the earth. So you're surrounded by pink light coming in through the top of the head, up through the earth, pulling both lights through the body, surrounding yourself in this pink, shimmery light. What if you held the belief that it is inevitable, that you hold your heart and your emotional state in that place, broad-hearted place, with ease and grace and passion and whatever it was that you wanted to have with you. The body feels a little bit tight. You can wiggle inside this pink sphere of light that's now surrounding you, moving, being nourished with every breath. And of course, you don't have to move, but it may feel good. Imagine we are all sitting in a beautiful studio room together on mats or cushions. We're all surrounded in our pink light. Whether you're here now or the people that may listen to this later, or if you listen to this again, we are all one sitting together. And we're all in this beautiful pink, glittery light. It feels almost giddy, relaxed, yet giddy and joyful. Imagine that in this room there's also others who can't be here with us. In your heart, invite them to acknowledge and find gratitude, find joy. Invite them to let go. Find that place in your heart that knows that wisdom and share that with them. It's okay to let it go. Invite them to have also a broad-hearted intention for how they wish to be. What they would like to cultivate. The goal itself, what it looks like. And the intention is not as important, powerful, or healing as how you are on the journey towards it. Invite them to know that too. In that collective joy in that room, in this room, with the sincere, open-hearted trust that this joy is for everyone. It may not be in every moment of our lives, but in this moment, remember that just as everyone else is worthy of feeling joy, of experiencing joy, of living joy, you are too. So there may be a place to have grace for someone as I say that. In this moment, this is about staying in the place of our higher wisdom, our higher selves, not the selves that can be burdened by story and circumstance. That higher place. And this joy. What are you excited about fulfilling? Not that there's a thing wrong with the place that you are. It's perfect. It's in divine right timing. And what is the joy in becoming and fulfilling? What does that look like? You don't have to intellectually answer. Just open your heart. Stay in this place of wonder, curiosity, trust. I won't be speaking for a few minutes. If you feel inclined to write down any insights, you're welcome to, or just stay in the space breathing. In this pink light coming in through the top of the head, up from the earth and through the pelvic floor, mixing in the heart, and then exhaling out the top of the head and out the base of the pelvic floor, filling you and surrounding you with pink light. I invite you to return to your own room and just focus on the breath as it wants to be in the body now, with no special visualization, color, or anything like that. Just notice the breath. If you have fallen asleep, then that is fine. That is perfect. I invite you now to move the body, wake up, become more alert if you want. I appreciate your being here. As you feel that it's the right time, I invite you to continue with your intention setting for the next couple of weeks. It's a full moon tonight. Maybe you had something in mind as for how you wanted to close out this year. There's a lot of sentiment out there about giving 2020 the old middle fingers and welcoming the new year. And I would encourage you to not do that, to not give the old middle finger, but to set your intention for moving through it, not taking it personally, not taking the things that are outside of, not creating a story around the things that are outside of our control. What if all was happening to give us the opportunity for the next thing, the next place we are to go? It's not always an easy way to look at it. And sometimes there can be a lot of frustration in just the circumstances. So feel what you are feeling about circumstances that come up. And then be curious about how fast you can move through it, how fast you can begin to feel something that isn't of contraction. It takes practice, and it's possible. It's possible to have contraction last for 2 seconds, 10 minutes, an hour. Thank you all for being here. I welcome your feedback, privately or whichever. And if you do practice Pangu Shenggong, I would love to have you join us on 2 Wednesdays a month for that. It's usually the second and the fourth Wednesday. It's on my Facebook group. And if you are interested in working with me in a small group intense setting to have empowered and effective support for moving the places that have been difficult to move on your own, I would be honored to speak with you about that. Hi there. So, Happy New Year. I'll catch you soon. Thanks for being here, and feel free to share this with folks. The energy's in it for a long time, so the replay is just as powerful. Take care. Hi. Oh, it's nice. I didn't know who all was here, so I can't see who's here. So, hi, Lee. Hi, Kelly. I haven't seen you two in a long time either. Thank you. And then a lot of you are just, it just says Facebook user. I'm sorry, I don't know who you are, but you can tell me later. Ciao. Good night.